Meet Jake. He's 28 years old. He is smart, he works hard, and honestly, most people genuinely like him. But Jake had one quiet problem. His conversations kept going wrong somehow. At work, he would explain his idea clearly, with good logic. People still pushed back on him anyway. With friends, he gave genuinely good advice. Somehow it still landed wrong. And at home, even small, simple talks turned into big, tense silences. Jake could not figure out what he was doing wrong. So he tried harder. He read the books. He learned the clever comebacks. He practiced sounding calm and confident. But the harder he tried to win, the more people seemed to pull away from him. Because, without knowing it, Jake was treating every single talk like a contest to be won. And in his head, an old voice cheered him on. It said, "Don't lose. Defend yourself. Prove them wrong." It felt like strength, but it was quietly costing him every connection. One evening, a friend said something Jake could not shake. "Talking to you feels like I have to win just to be heard." Jake went quiet. That sentence hit something true. That night, he sat alone and replayed 100 conversations. He saw it clearly. He had been so busy talking and proving, he never once made people feel heard. Winning the point had quietly cost him the person. Every single time. That one realization is the reason this video exists. Because what Jake had been missing this whole time actually has a name. It is called emotional intelligence. And here is the important part. It is not a personality you are simply born with. It is a set of skills. Skills that anyone can learn and practice. Including you, starting today. So let's open up the brain and see what really happens in a conversation. This little teal creature decides if a talk feels safe or like a fight. Once you really understand him, all 6 of the tricks will make perfect sense. So stay with me here. This one part genuinely changes how people respond to you. Subconcept 1. The threat detector. Deep in your brain is a tiny alarm. It is always scanning. It asks one question all day. Am I safe or am I in danger? In a conversation, danger does not mean a lion. It means feeling judged, feeling blamed, feeling small, feeling like you do not matter. The second your detector senses any of that, it sounds the alarm. And when the alarm rings, the thinking part of the brain goes quiet. The person in front of you stops listening. They start defending instead. This is what happened in every single one of Jake's talks. His points were good, his logic was solid, but his words kept tripping the other person's alarm. And once that alarm is ringing, no fact can get through. So the first job of a smart talker is simple. Keep the alarm quiet. A calm brain can hear you. A scared brain cannot. Everything else depends on this one idea. Subconcept 2. Feeling felt. Your brain has special cells that copy other people's feelings. When someone is calm near you, you start to feel calm too. And when someone is tense, your brain quietly catches that tension too. Feelings are contagious. But here is the deeper part. People do not just want to be heard by you. They want to feel felt. Being heard is just the words. Feeling felt is the heart behind them. When a person truly feels felt, their threat alarm switches all the way off, and suddenly they are calm, open, and actually ready to listen to you. This is the one move Jake never made. He kept answering words, not feelings. He was busy solving the problem, while the person in front of him just wanted to feel understood. Subconcept 3. The spotlight need. Deep down, every person carries one quiet question. Do I matter? Am I worth paying attention to? When you give someone real attention, you answer that question. Yes. And that yes is one of the best feelings a brain can get. But most people, in most of their talks, are quietly chasing that yes for themselves. Everyone in the room is subtly saying the same thing. Look at me. Notice me. Please value me. The emotionally intelligent person does the exact opposite. They give the spotlight away. And here is the strange little bit of magic. Giving the spotlight away is what brings it back to you. Subconcept 4. Words and music. Every sentence you say has 2 parts. The words and the music. The words are what you say. The music is how you say it. The music is your tone, your face, your speed, your eyes, and the brain trusts the music far more than the words. You can say I'm listening, but if your music is cold, no one believes it. Say nothing at all, but with warm music, and people feel safe. Jake had spent years carefully polishing his words. He never once tuned his music. His tone was sharp, his face was tense, and his pace was a race to the finish. So even his kindest, most helpful words arrived, sounding like an attack. But fix the music, and the very same words can land in a completely different way. So now we have all 4 ideas. Quiet the alarm. Make them feel felt. Share the spotlight. Mind your music. And from these 4 come 6 simple, usable tricks. Here is the good news. None of these tricks are hard. You do not need to be clever. You just need to be intentional. Let's slow down for 1 second before the tricks. A conversation is not a stage. It is a shared room. Your job is not to perform, it is to make the room feel safe. When the room feels safe, people show you who they really are. And they come back to you. That is the real prize. Not winning a talk. Being someone people trust. And trust is built in small moments, not in big speeches. One warm moment at a time. So let's get fully practical now. 6 tricks, each one small. Starting right now. Remember this. You are not trying to be impressive. You are only trying to be safe. Safe is what people come back for. Here we go. Trick 1. Label the feeling, not just the facts. When someone is upset, gently name out loud what they seem to be feeling. Say, that sounds really frustrating, or you seem worried about this. Naming a feeling tells the other brain, someone here actually sees me. And the alarm goes quiet. You do not even have to be exactly right. Just close and kind. Your action today. In one talk, name one feeling out loud. Trick 2. Pause 1 beat before you reply. Most people reply the instant the other person stops talking. That tells the brain you were waiting, not listening. One quiet beat instead says, I actually took in what you said. That same beat also keeps your own threat alarm from grabbing the wheel and answering for you. Your action today. After they finish talking, count 1 full second in your head. Then speak. Trick 3. Ask one more question before you give your own view. When you feel the urge to jump straight to your opinion, ask one more question first instead. Say, can you tell me more? Or, what part of this matters most to you? Each real question hands the other person the spotlight. It also gives you the real picture. Your action today. Ask one extra question before sharing your opinion. People rarely feel over-asked. They very often feel unheard. Trick 4. Trade the word but for the word and. The word but quietly erases almost everything that was said before it. I hear you, but here is my point. The brain mostly just hears that second half. The word and instead keeps both halves of the sentence alive. It says both things can be true at once, and it costs nothing. Your action today. Catch one but. Swap it for and. Hear the difference. It is one tiny word. It changes whether people feel dismissed. Trick 5. Match their energy first, then gently lead it. If someone is excited, do not answer flatly. Meet their spark. If someone is upset, do not stay bright. Soften to meet them. This is your mirror neurons working on purpose now, instead of by accident. Once you have truly matched them, you can slowly start to lead them toward calm. They follow your music because you first took the time to join theirs. Your action today. Notice one person's energy. Match it first, then gently ease it down. Trick 6. End every single conversation with one warm line. The brain remembers beginnings and endings far more than the middle. How a talk ends quietly becomes how the whole talk gets remembered. So end on something warm like, I'm really glad we figured that out together. Your action today. End your next talk with one genuinely warm sentence. Mean it. A fake warm line is just cold music with nice words. These 6 tricks work together. Label the feeling. Pause, ask one more. Use and match energy. End warm. Every one of them quietly says the same thing. You are safe with me. Let's go back to Jake one last time. In one work talk, he gently named the other person's feeling. He watched her shoulders drop. And for the first time, she really listened to him. With his friend, he paused and then asked one more question. His friend talked more than usual and walked away feeling lighter. And at home, he traded his buts for ands and started ending talks with real warmth. The tense, heavy silences slowly turned back into easy, comfortable conversations. And the old voice that said win, defend, prove got quieter and quieter. Because Jake had finally come to understand the one real true goal of a conversation. It was never about winning it. It was simply, always, to connect. A few months later, Jake noticed that something real had changed. People came to him now. To talk things over. To think problems through out loud with him. He was not the cleverest person in the room anymore. He was the safest one. And that, it turned out, was worth so much more than winning ever was. Now I want to talk to you directly. If your conversations have felt like a fight, you are not a bad person, and you are not a bad talker. You were just missing a few small skills. And now you have 6 of them. You do not need to use all 6 of them at once. Just pick one. Try it in a real conversation tomorrow. Connection is not a talent some people are simply born with. It is a practice. And you can start that practice now. If this helped you, share it. Someone you know needs to hear it too, and watch the video on the screen next. Be the person other people feel safe talking to. That is a quiet kind of power, and it is fully yours to build. I'll see you in the next one. Go make someone feel heard.